Welcome to the Word Bible Software. Today we have the privilege of looking over the Concise New International Dictionary of New Testament Theology and Exegesis. You'll see here I'm open to the title page, and on the title page you can kind of briefly look down and get a little bit more about the publisher. For example, this is published by Zondervan Academics, and also which is a subset of HarperCollins. In here we have an introduction to the present volume. Some of you have asked, or I have received, how does this differ from the 5-volume set? You can get down in here and you can go into the present volume. Serves as a condensed 1-volume edition of that 5-volume set. It goes through and lists that information. You can take some time to read this. Information is also available on thewordbooks.com. They have 7 different reasons, and then goes into how to use this work. One of the things that is interesting in this particular volume is that it has somewhat of a semantic domain system to it. Let's get down into that. But before that, we get into some abbreviations. Tells you what these are throughout the book in the abbreviation section. You got some publication abbreviations as well. You get into a list of the Greek words that are found throughout. You can go into the alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, etc. And here we have the GK numbers and then the strong numbers as well that are listed throughout the volume. And you go in here, we got a list of concepts, and this brings us into more of the semantic domain kind of situation. The purpose and use of this list are discussed in the introduction to the present volume under how to use this work. So let's get into there. Let's go down to how to use this work. We're going to be looking for concepts. So let's just use a little bit of go down in this concept. There we go. It jumps us down to the concepts. It says, I then note at the top of respective essays for agathos and phileo that a concept is listed. The word agathos lists good and possessions as the concepts to which a word group contributes, while phileo lists avarice, debate, quarrel, friendly, glory, good, love, please, as a concept to which the phileo word group contributes. If desired, I can then proceed to the list of concepts on these pages to discover the other Greek words whose meaning contribute to those semantic domains and concepts. I can then peruse those articles too. And you can see, you can kind of chain and look throughout. So let's go in here to a list of concepts. Let's look at the list word love, for example. Let's use this tool again, our find tool, and jump us down to love. And under love, we have comfort, desire, enmity, good, mercy, please, zeal. And we have the words agapao, to love, cherish, take pleasure in, astarokos, without affection and feeling. It has the alpha at the start, epipeo, theo, and to long for, desire, etc. Thalpo, to cherish, care for. And we have spalagkanan, and you can see that here in transliterated form if you want. Inward parts, entrails, the seat of emotions, heart, love. And then we have phileo, to be fond of, love. And so you can see those different ones, and we can jump down in here into their different listings. You can use the strong word here, or if you prefer, you can copy this and jump down into that particular one right here. So we're going to go into agapao. So we have the concepts here. We have the different Greek words that are connected, whether verb or the noun or another. Looks like could be a genitive, looks like a noun also. And you can go down here, the concepts feast, friend, or love. You can dig in and go through these topics and titles. For example, this also works with, and I'll open this up here. Let's go to list of concepts. And you'll see there's the Strongs, there's the GK numbers, there's the transliterated, and there is the Greek for all of those. And likewise, Strongs, GK number, transliterated, Greek. And so these are throughout. And then lastly, you see the concept of love. So we could have done just type in love here, and we would find these, feast, friend, love. Or let's go to this love, concept, mercy, mind, heart. And we get into this, remember the inward parts, entrails, etc. You can go back in here to love again. And we have one more. And that would be under, it looks like phileo. And there's many similar ones. Going over to a Greek New Testament, we have the NA28 open, for example, in this situation. You can click on Logos. And you could bring up all these words that would connect, and you can also see the concepts. So you can dig into that as well. You have your transliterated forms, you have your short definitions, if you would like to call it that. And then you can dig into the word. You'll see also there is some Hebrew scattered throughout as that connects to the Old Testament in various forms or different things like that. So there are very many things listed throughout. Lastly, let's go all the way to the bottom here. We'll scroll down. And you have the scripture index. And let's say you are in, let's say, for example, I'm preaching through 1 John right now, and I want to just look up this verse. Let's just go to verse 8. 1:8. You could look for it on page 56, 65. Now you'll notice these don't open up. If you want to look at those, you need to hold down control in this particular book, and you can dig in here. And we see here 1:8 would be inside this or further down on the page. So we could click on 739 and scroll and look. Sometimes the information would be in the footnote or directly in the text. Right here, it's right there. And then active form occurs 18, and they're talking about planao. And mostly in the apocalyptic sense, and it gets in here with reference to false teachers. And you can see in 1 John 1:8. And we got, this is just a word feature. We have NA28 Byzantine opened up, a Spanish version, a New King James Version, and the Codex Sinaiticus opened up there. So you can kind of look over that and look through the scripture. You can see there's a lot of different features found in this book. So let's go down a little bit further again. We went through scripture index. Let's go into the Strong's to Goodrich Kohlenberg number. So that's what the GK stands for. There's not always a one-way across. Sometimes they don't always jump across. Other times it's a combination of numbers, etc. So Strong's. In this situation, it'd be the Strong's here plus this equals this. These will take you to the page numbers, or to the word rather, up here. Let's minimize this. Collapse tree. And you can get in and look through these. You already notice the strong numbers are listed throughout the text. So that's already been done for you. You can get into, if you look up this strong number here, you can go over to it and look across to the GK number. So look at that. You got some information about the hyperlinks. It just says that the footnotes in this ebook may contain hyperlinks to external websites. As part of bibliographic citations, these hyperlinks have not been activated by the publisher, and they cannot verify the accuracy of these. So that kind of brings you into the information there. I should give you a good quick overview of the Concise New International Dictionary of the New Testament Theology and Exegesis. Thank you for using the Word Bible software, and we hope this blesses your day. God bless.